Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Counting of votes underway for by-elections to 7 assembly constituencies in 6 states, BJP leading in 4 seats. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch BJP's campaign for assembly elections in Gujarat today. Party releases manifesto for Himachal Pradesh. 27th session of Conference of Parties UNFCCC COP27 to begin today at Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. In ICC T20 World Cup cricket, match between India and Zimbabwe underway at Melbourne. Pakistan enters semi-final defeating Bangladesh. And in boxing, Meenakshi, Preeti Parveen and Ankushita Boro and Lovlina Borgohain secure semi-final berths at Asian Elite Boxing Championships in Amman, Jordan. Counting of votes is underway for by-elections to 7 assembly constituencies spread over 6 states. Till last reports, BJP candidates were leading on 4 seats. In Gola Gokarnath seat of Uttar Pradesh, Aman Giri was leading by 34,298 votes from his nearest rival. Suryavanshi Suraj was leading in Dhamnagar seat of Odisha by 5,265 votes and Bhavya Vishnoy was leading by nearly 16,284 votes in Adhampur, Haryana. In Bihar from Gopalganj seat, Kusum Devi of BJP was leading by 1,794 votes, while from Mokama, RJD was leading. TRS candidate K. Prabhakar Reddy was leading in Munugode of Telangana by 2,169 votes, while at Andheri East of Maharashtra, Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray candidate Rutuja Ramesh Latke was leading by over 60,000 votes. By-polls to these constituencies were held on Thursday. In news just in, BJP has won the by-election of Gola Gokarnath Assembly seat in Lakhimpur district in Uttar Pradesh. As per the Election Commission, the BJP candidate Aman Giri defeated his rival candidate Vinay Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party with a margin of more than 34,000 votes. Meanwhile, BJP has started Mahajan Sampark Abhiyan in all the assembly constituencies of the state today. As part of the campaign, Union Home Minister Amit Shah will participate in Jan Sampark Yatra, Una's Fatehpur and Kangra districts, Nagrota Bagwan. Party's National President Jagat Prakash Nadda will be in Shimla and Solan, while Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur will also be holding door-to-door campaign at several places in Hamirpur district. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur will be at Ani and Mandi in Kulu district to participate in Mahajan Sampark Abhiyan in Nerchok. State BJP President Suresh Kashyap said, in this campaign, workers from national level to Panna Pramukh will do public relations and distribute leaflets. Himachal Congress President Pratibha Singh will interact with people in Thiog, Mandi, Bala and Nachan assembly seats. In Himachal Pradesh, BJP National President JP Nadda released party manifesto Sankalp Patra for the assembly elections in Shimla today. The manifesto promises 11 commitments which include uniform civil code in the state, 8 lakh job opportunities in every sector, all-weather roads for every village, spending of 12,000 crore rupees in the next 10 years on development of infrastructure, transportation and Him Tirth circuit, among others. The party also promises to survey and investigation of waqf properties by Judicial Committee and enhancement in ex gratia amount for martyrs. The manifesto gives special attention to women empowerment, like increasing the financial assistance of girls of BPL families under the Shagun scheme, interest-free loans to women entrepreneurs, and provision of 25,000 rupees for pregnant women for better health of the child. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Nadda said the party will bring Uniform Civil Code UCC in the state.
सबसे पहला बिंदु है कि हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार यहां पर यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लेके आएगी और इसके लिए एक समिति बनाई जाएगी एक्सपर्ट्स की और उनकी रिपोर्ट के आधार पर हिमाचल प्रदेश में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लगाया जाएगा.
Chief Minister Jairam Thakur and Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur were also present on the occasion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will kickstart the BJP's campaign for assembly elections in Gujarat today. Mr. Modi will address a rally at Kaprara in South Gujarat today. Later in the day, Prime Minister will attend a mass wedding ceremony at Bhavnagar, which has been organized for more than 500 girls who have lost their father. Mr. Modi is also expected to hold a road show in Bhavnagar. Our correspondent reports that this will be the first visit of the Prime Minister to Gujarat after the announcement of assembly elections in the state.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a rally at Nanapura village in tribal-dominant Kaprada constituency of Valsad district today. The Kaprada seat, which is reserved for scheduled tribe, is currently held by BJP. In 2017 assembly elections, Congress candidate Jitubhai Chaudhary won the Kaprada seat and later resigned from the party. In the 2020 by-polls, Jitubhai Chaudhary won the seat again as a BJP candidate and joined the state government as the Minister of State for Water Resources. Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has emphasized the need for efficient and judicious utilization of the country's natural resources. Addressing the valedictory function of the 7th India Water Week at Greater Noida, the Vice President highlighted the importance of ponds and traditional water bodies in Indian culture and rural ecosystems and emphasized the need to do everything to recreate these water bodies.
I would therefore appeal to one and all, and particularly media, to propagate a thought process that we all must work towards optimum and efficient utilization of natural and energy resources in any form: electricity, water, petrol, gas.
Government has allowed export of sugar up to 60 lakh metric tons LMT during the sugar season 2022-23. The measure is aimed at balancing the price stability of sugar in the country and the financial positions of sugar mills. The centre has prioritized availability of about 275 LMT sugar for domestic consumption, about 50 LMT sugar for diversion to ethanol production, and to have a closing balance of about 60 LMT sugar as of September this year. In a statement, the Commerce and Industry Ministry said the balanced quantity of sugar will be allowed for exports. The government has also asked sugar mills to export speedily to make early payment to farmers. Union Ayush Minister Sarvanand Sonowal has asserted that the central government is committed to provide a healthy life to the citizens of the country by properly coordinating modern treatment disciplines like allopathy and traditional Ayurveda treatment methods. He was speaking at the conclusion of the 3-day National Conference on Health and Bioscience Research at Symbiosis International University, Pune, yesterday. The minister said there should be no clash between modern and traditional treatment methods. He pointed out towards the approach of some people who seek scientific evidence about traditional treatment methods. He said that these people should understand that today Ayurveda has been studied globally and such evidence is already present. The Enforcement Directorate ED has conducted searches at 5 places, including the house of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia's personal assistant PA Devendra Sharma in connection with the Delhi liquor policy scam. The ED also questioned Mr. Sharma in connection with his money laundering probe into Delhi excise policy case. The ED case, which was registered in September, is based on an FIR filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, in August. Mr. Sisodia has been made prime accused in an FIR registered by CBI on the recommendation of Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena to probe alleged irregularities in the formulation and implementation of the excise policy 2021-22. CBI has already searched the residence, office and bank locker of Mr. Sisodia in connection with the case. A total lunar eclipse will occur on Tuesday, 8 November. This eclipse will be visible in South America, North America, Australia, Asia, the North Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. In India, the eclipse will be visible from all places at the time of moonrise. The eclipse will begin at 14 hours 39 minutes IST. The total eclipse will start at 15 hours 46 minutes IST. Minister of Earth Sciences, however, said the beginning of the partial and total phases of the eclipse will not be visible from any places of India, as the phenomena will be in progress before moonrise. Ending of both the total and the partial phases will be visible from the eastern parts of the country. Only the ending of the partial phase will be visible from rest of the country. For the cities in eastern parts of the country like Kolkata and Guwahati, at the time of moonrise, the total phase of the eclipse will be in progress. For the other cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Bangalore, at the time of moonrise, the partial eclipse will be in progress after the end of totality. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on the Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी, तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर, या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर, और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back to the Midday News. 2 of the 8 cheetahs brought from Namibia have been released to a bigger enclosure for further adaptation to the Kuno National Park. They were kept in mandatory quarantine in Madhya Pradesh's National Park. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said 2 cheetahs have been released in the bigger enclosure and others will be released soon. He expressed happiness that all cheetahs are healthy, active and adjusting well. 8 cheetahs were brought from Namibia 70 years after they went extinct. They were released in the Kuno National Park by the Prime Minister on 17 September. The 27th session of the Conference of Parties of the UNFCCC COP27 is beginning today at Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. The conference is taking place from the 6th to 18th of this month. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Minister Bhupendra Yadav is leading the Indian delegation at the conference. Mr. Yadav said the world has gathered to deliberate on sustainable ways to fight climate change. He said COP27 should be COP of action with key deliverables having a specific focus on defining climate finance, outcomes on adaptation and loss and damage. More from a correspondent.
At COP27, countries have come together to take action towards achieving the world collective climate goals as agreed under the Paris Agreement and the Convention. Heads of states and government will attend the conference. India is fully engaged with the process and is supportive of the efforts by government of Egypt for substantive outcomes at COP27. India is committed to both domestic action and multilateral cooperation on climate change and will continue to fight all global environmental concerns in the call to protect humanity's planetary home. It is looking forward to substantial progress on the discussions related to climate finance and clarity on its definition. India will emphasize again on its invitation to all countries to join the LIFE movement, Lifestyle for Environment, a pro-people and pro-planet effort. It seeks to shift the world from mindless and wasteful consumption to mindful and deliberate utilization of natural resources. Paras Chauhan, AIR News, New Delhi.
In the forthcoming midterm elections in the United States on Tuesday, all 435 seats in the House of Representatives are being contested, while 35 are up for grabs in the Senate. Though Democrats currently hold both chambers of Congress, they are expected to lose the House and are in a dead heat for control of the Senate, according to polls. The outcome of the elections will determine the composition of the U.S. Congress and the power structure in 3 dozen states. It will shape the rest of Joe Biden's presidency and also impact America's posture towards the rest of the world. It would also set the stage for the 2024 presidential elections in the country. At least 13 people have been killed after a fire broke out in a busy nightclub in Kostroma, Russia. According to state media, fire broke out when a drunk customer at the nightclub fired a flare gun on the dance floor, which ignited parts of the lighting rig on the ceiling, quickly filling the room with smoke. It took several hours to extinguish the fire. In the T20 Cricket World Cup, match is underway between India and Zimbabwe at Melbourne. Choosing to bat first, India was 72 for the loss of 1 wicket in 9.1 overs when reports last came in. India today entered the semi-finals as the Netherlands staged a massive upset, defeating South Africa at Adelaide Oval. Indian boxers Meenakshi Preeti Parveen and Ankushita Bora and Lovelina Borgohain have secured semi-final berths and guaranteed multiple medals for the country at the ongoing Asian Elite Boxing Championships in Amman, Jordan. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Counting of votes underway for by-elections to 7 assembly constituencies in 6 states. BJP won 2 seats and leads on 2. RJD retains Mokama in Bihar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch BJP's campaign for assembly elections in Gujarat today. Party releases manifesto for Himachal Pradesh. 27th session of Conference of Parties of UNFCCC COP27 to begin today at Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. In ICC T20 World Cup cricket match between India and Zimbabwe underway at Melbourne, Pakistan enters semi-finals defeating Bangladesh. And in boxing, Meenakshi Preeti Parveen and Ankushita Bora and Lovelina Borgohain secure semi-final berths at the Asian Elite Boxing Championships in Amman, Jordan. And with that, we end the Midday News.